Dubai before lockdown because I was in Dubai, and the buyer's term would not be acceptable to any seller. Okay, the buyer say, "Oh, bring the gold to my office." No, when the seller bring the gold to a refinery, they will hire the armor car. That is money. You never know that buyer is a hold upper. You never know. There are foreigners also a hold upper. They are syndicate. So don't believe on those buyer. Don't believe it. There are a lot of syndicate buyers. Yeah.
Because this one of Ukraine, he was saying he has this refinery, it is called the M&C refinery in Ghana. So for him, he wanted the seller to take the gold to the M&C refinery to be interested in paying cash. So how do you see it?
This is Evan, this is what you have to ask the buyer. Okay. So you are floating around. May I educate you? Educate you. The buyer will say, okay, bring the gold to refinery in Ghana. Who is the buyer? Who is the buyer? Right. A real seller even would not deal with that joker buyer. Who you are, you never know you are a hold upper. You never know you are a criminal. Yeah. So don't believe on those buyer. The real buyer, Ivan, they will send a formal request because he's going to buy precious item. He is buying money to make money. So if the buyer say, "Oh, bring the gold to refinery," which refinery? Who you are? Right. That buyer wouldn't meet the criteria if you bring that to me. No, he wouldn't. Simple. I'm gonna ask him who you are. Show me your business license. Show me your importation license. Show me your passport. Let's do the contract before the gold will brought to the refinery. Yeah.
You're right.
Then show me the proof of fund. Yeah, because we have to screen the buyer.
I wanted to deal with you, but sometimes that's time. You probably like nothing I said one night. Madam is kidding me now.
Yeah, they're scared of me.
In order to move with you, because for you, you're always smart and you tell the truth. So I wanted to deal with you.
Ivan, the scrupulous buyer, Ivan, are scared of me because they are not real. They are not real. They want their terms. No, we don't buy your terms. You have to follow the terms of the government. Yeah. Just imagine.
But for you, do you have any seller who is in Ghana?
No, I don't deal Ghana. Why this company in Ghana is buying gold in Conakry? Why?
I wanted to connect you with this guy who is complaining, who is just insisting on buying gold from Ghana. So I wanted to connect
No, I'm not interested.
If you want to group and he talk with you, for you know each and everything.
No, I'm not interested to talk to this buyer. Who is that buyer? I'm not interested unless he introduce himself. I'm not interested. What a waste of time. There's so many scrupulous buyer, you must remember. Just imagine there's a lady locked down in Sierra Leone, right? And this lady, she is from Italy. When I talk to her on private conversation, she's a broker. She wanted the gold to deliver to Italy. I said, no, it wouldn't work at all. No. The buyer has to show his interest, not the broker. So now what happens? She's stranded in Sierra Leone. No, it wouldn't work.
But you know, madam, to get the real buyer, it is so hard. So we have to pass through these mandates, these brokers, in order to take us to the real buyers. That's how I make it.
There are so many buyers.
Like you, because you told me that you work for the company. They sent you in Africa, right?
Yes, I work for the company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the company. That's why I deal with you. In order for you to take me to the real buyers, in order for you to take me to the real seller, that's the way I'm working now.
Now this is what you have to do, Ivan.
Where the real buyer is.
No, Ivan, this is what you have to do. When you meet the buyer, okay, ask the buyer, okay, how long you've been searching for gold. This is question number one. Question number 2. Okay, that buyer said, okay, I was looking for gold, but I couldn't find the real seller. There's so many scammers. He is one of the scammer then. He's one. Because the meaning of scam means lied, deceive, manipulate. So he is manipulating African seller. So he is one of the scammer. Okay. Number 2. Where the good to be delivered? Which destination? Then number 3. How are you able to pay? How? And if that buyer asking CIF, then he doesn't have the money, he is going to leverage it. Then he's going to find the buyer in abroad to find, okay, what happened? Just a moment. So he is going to find the buyer in abroad to resell the gold, and then he will sell whatever the price of the day, he will sell it to 2%. Then the buyer from overseas, like a refinery, the refinery will pay him. Then that's the time he paid the seller. That is called CIF, cost, insurance, and freight only. We don't deal like that. The buyer has to pay what he is buying. Yeah, we don't give gold for CIF. We don't give gold for credit. This is money. This is cash business. That is the reason why when you mention my name, those scrupulous buyers, they're scared of me. They're scared of Wilhelmina. Don't you know the price of gold today is 54? The price of gold today is 54,000 on the world market demand. Okay? Then the buyer asking for cheap price. Immediately I'm going to reject it. We give them discount, fair is fair. When he resell it, he get the profit. But not their terms. Not their terms. They can buy gold to the refinery 2% even. Right? And then we give them 8%. Okay, you sell it to 2%, you have a profit of 6%. And those buyers are crook. They wouldn't like me. I'm telling you. They wouldn't like me. So don't believe on that buyer. Don't believe.
Yeah. You're right. Let me keep on my research. I will get one.
You go on gold trade. You go on to a world trade page. Learn and listen to the video. Okay? And read the procedure. And those buyer cannot meet the procedure. Don't bother. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Don't waste your time at all. Because if you're gonna bring that buyer to me, my question is very simple. Okay, we have the gold. How are you able to pay? Simple as that. And then he's gonna say, oh, we want to buy gold CIF. I'm gonna tell him good luck. Right and there. Reject. So now you learn out of our conversation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gold is money, you must remember. The price of gold today is 54 already. Okay? And those buyers have no money. 54,727, the price of gold. That is refined. They can buy that less 2% to the bank. We are selling unrefined so that they can refine it and then make money. But if they don't have money, how could they make money? Yeah. There's so many scrupulous buyers. I don't buy those bullshit buyers. Oh, bring this to my country. We will pay up their final assay. I told them, good luck. We don't bring to a stranger. We don't bring to any country. I've been to Dubai. I interviewed a lot of joker buyer in Dubai. You go to the downtown Dubai, you buy jewelry. Do you think you will be given CIF? You have to pay cash. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's so many brokers. Yeah.
So when I get anybody who is interested in marigold, you have anyone around there?
No, I only handle Conakry, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Mali. But my seller in Mali is not going to entertain any buyer unless we know the buyer's business license, importation license, proof of fund. If the buyer cannot afford to show it, forget it. Thank you very much. There's so many scrupulous buyers. They don't like me because they are crooked. We don't deal crooked buyer. This is money. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you because
I'll keep on now.
yeah,
I'll
I'm
keep
gonna
on
leave you.
research and I'll keep on consulting from you.
Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you very much, Ivan. Okay.
You're welcome, madam.
Okay, Alta Mr. Mahid say okay. Thank you for watching my live video. Second, did you think that the refinery waiting for the broker at the airport or doorstep, you must be authorized to import, authorized to refine, registered? Correct. The seller, you saw me in the airport in Conakry. I was with the buyer that my seller is authorized and my seller who produce gold and he has a license to export. Okay? I think I answer your question, Al-Harat Mahid. Now the second one, whatever in your hand is worth nothing without being refined, registered gold. No, you are buying unrefined. Gold is money. Without Doribar, there would be no jewelry. There would be no gold bullion. There would be no supply. So you are buying. So I think, Mahid, you are not reading properly. Right. We don't deal. I know you've been visiting my page, Mr. Mahid. You've been reading. I want you to comprehend properly what you are reading. You are on live with me while I was talking to this broker. I'm going to repeat again. Your question is second. Your first is your first question was you keep saying whatever you have is not gold must be refined. No, you are wrong. If you want to buy refined, Mahid, you buy that to the refinery or you buy that in the bank. That is refined. Most of the bank, they are buying gold from the miner who produce. Without the miner produce gold, there would be no gold refined. There would be no jewelry because the miner is the one who produce gold. Now I answer your question. Then second question, Mr. Al-Harit. He is from Middle East. Now second question. Did you think that the refinery waiting for the broker at the airport doorstep, you must be authorized to import and authorized to refine the registered gold? I think you missed, you don't understand. You are buying gold, right, Mr. Mahid? You need to have a business registration. You have to have an importation license. And who is your refinery? Who is going to receive that? Broker will not bring the gold to the airport. The gold has to be carried by the armor car to bring that in custom area. So you have to pay the gold so that you will get the export documentation. You already been reading. You are not putting that into your mind. Okay? You're just thinking and floating around and running and chasing. Now you are on my live video. You are not putting into your head. Very clear. The procedure is very clear. Video to video. If you know how to read, if you know how to comprehend, I can guarantee you, you will not fail. Now, another question of yours. Whatever in your hand is worth nothing without being refined, registered as gold. Wrong. The seller is the one who produced gold. That is money. He is more richer than you. My seller is richer than you because he owned the concession. We are not dealing with you because you are not comprehending at all. We are only dealing with the real gold trader that can produce his business license, can produce his importation license, and can show his passport copy, and can show his bank statement that he has a $500,000 to buy from us. Now, if you are on gold trade, Mr. Al-Harit Mahid, you watch the video that I was in Africa before lockdown, okay? And my transaction is successful. If you watch the mineral consulting group of company, that the guy is a gemologist who explained my seller 7 concession. He is more richer than you, so therefore you are a broker, you are a trader. So you buy and sell. You don't understand. You do your research before you buy gold. If you are just brokering, I'm telling you, you're gonna fail. Because if you come to Wilhelmina, I know you've been visiting my page. If you don't understand, it says After you read the full corporate offer and listen to this video, send a formal letter of intent to buy coming from you if you're a buyer, Mr. Mahid. Introduce yourself. You already met Wilhelmina, right? So you introduce yourself who you are. Because when you send a formal letter, we will respond to you in accordance of your request. How many quantity, right? The carats, the purity, which destination, which refinery, because we're going to ask your refinery address to put that on the contract in order for us to put everything, your information, because the refinery of your destination will clear the gold in custom with the documentation coming from the owner, coming from the seller, Assay Report, custom clearance, the ownership. Okay, without that, you will never get the gold. Never. So maybe you have been floating around, somebody offer you, go for it. Lots of buyer seller, they offer gross, go for it. There's a lady right now stuck in Sierra Leone. She's a broker, right? And she thinks that she can get gold CIF. When I was talking to her on the private conversation, she's a broker. Now she's stuck because no one is dealing with any broker without a contract. I've been to Africa and I know what is going on. There's so many joker buyer travel to Africa. Recently, before lockdown, as I've said to you, I was in Dubai. I interview a lot of joker buyer in Dubai. 98% of joker buyer are all brokers to the refinery. Oh, I am the buyer. Oh, yeah? Convince me if you're a buyer. Show me your proof of fund. So, oh, I have a buyer refinery. Well, you lay out first the capital before you sell it to the refinery. Simple as that. I think I explained your question. I answer your question. And you are buying unrefined. You are not buying refined. If you are buying refined, you pay the price of 54,727. That is refined. So you are buying unrefined. We give you discount because when you refine it, you want to sell it to the refinery because the refinery has their own client and we have to supply the bank. So the refinery will refine the Dore bar. Okay? So I think I explained it to you. Okay, Jay, thank you for watching. All right? Mr. Mahid, read properly. Put that into your back of your head. Because Wilhelmina is not a babysitter. Okay? I'm here in order to explain it. When someone asks question, I give the answer. I'm not supposed to babysit you guys. We are here to sell. Here's the products. You pay. I'm the one who position African production. I am the extension. I'm not a broker because if I'm a broker, I'll float around just like you do, guys. Float around comparing what happened. You stuck. You think you can get gold in Africa for free? Do you think you can get gold in Africa for credit? No. I can guarantee you, you fail. I have a buyer right now, and he is from Ghana. Huh? He was being scammed with his own people. Why he buy gold from us and bring it to Ghana? Why? And I asked him, well, you are from Ghana, you should get gold in Ghana. You know what he said? Government are not allowing to foreigner to take the gold without full payment. And there is no supply in Ghana. Short supply. There are 14 refineries in Ghana. I said to the buyer, I know I was in Ghana. I know your country. They are buying money, my dear. Okay? So you are not going to float around until you become frustrated. Believe me, those scrupulous buyers, they don't like Wilhelmina. Why? Because they're crooked. We only deal real buyer. I don't deal buyer that cannot convince us. Because believe me, you will be rejected right and there. In my Gold Trade Worldwide page, it's very, very clear. If you're a real buyer, 3 things I'm going to ask you. Have you read the full corporate offer? No? Okay, go back and read. You come back, send a formal letter, who you are, introduce who you are, Okay? Because I have to know you. You never know you're a criminal. You never know you're a hold-upper. You must remember, last month there was a big hold-up in Mexico. Okay? The mines was being hold up by criminals. My seller, when he bring gold from the mines to the office, escort with security. You cannot just put the gold into the car because you're gonna be hold up. That is money. That is worth $1,000,000. My seller is more richer than you, Mr. Mahid. He is more richer. He's been gold for 20 years. They hired me because he's sick and tired dealing with scrupulous buyer. That is the reason. I've been to Conakry 3 times already. My transaction is successful. We don't have any problem at all. You come to my Gold Trade Worldwide page, listen very carefully, watch the video. Believe me, you will get the gold if you're a real buyer. But if you are not real buyer buying 1 kilo, 2 kilos, we are not interested. We're not interested to sell a small timer. If you are a trader, you have a license, you can buy from us. There was a buyer that I met in Conakry last February before lockdown. He's Indian. And he was bargain and bargain and bargain. And he want his price, and I told him, well, you're already on the ground. How many sellers you've been talking? A lot. What did the seller do? Oh, my seller turned it down. Of course, because you don't have the money. Now he bought the gold, okay? And he wanted me to sell his gold. I said, no, I'm not interested. Okay? And I told him, why you be in gold and if you cannot sell your gold? He was locked down in Sierra Leone. He been traveling to Sierra Leone. I said to him, you're on Indian, you can sell it to Dubai. Now he's selling the gold, the value of world market price. I meet him in person, eh? If I mention his name, believe me, that Indian will be surprised. I meet him in the lobby in the hotel where I stay in Conakry. He is really bargainer and bargainer and bargainer. And I told him, you know what? Indians are notorious. That is the reason why my seller is allergic. He wanted to come to my seller's office. And I told him, I meet you now. You are not qualified at all. And then you want to come to the office. I'll take you to the office. But what's the point to take you in the office if you are not qualified? Yeah, see? What a waste of time. And he was waiting for me on the lobby, 3 of them. And believe me, Mr. Mahid, if you are not paying attention, you will never get gold. I know you're brokering and brokering. I don't mind to deal with broker, but make sure you have a real buyer. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching this video, you don't need to float around. You don't need to compare pricing to pricing. Just watch the world movement of the day. The price of gold today is almost $55,000. And if you don't have the money, Mr. Buyer, how are you able to function your business? How? So you need to have a capital. Mr. Buyer, I've given you free service already, but when I travel with you, is another, I do charge my extra service to accompany you so that you will be assisted properly. But if you cannot afford to pay my extra service to me, you cannot afford to pay the products. Simple as that. You're gonna say, oh, well, Amino, why are you charging your extra service? Of course, this is business. To accompany you to buy the ticket. Why should I travel without my travel cost? You can travel yourself. I will arrange your landing visa, but if there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina. It's better, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, aside from my head, you better spend money. I will assure you, I can guarantee you, you will get the profit. I will ask my head office to give you a very good discount. And then when you refine it and sell it to your customer in your country, you sell it 2%, you get 8%. Sometimes you get 7%. Okay? Sometimes you get 6%. It depends on Wilhelmina's mood because I'm the boss. I have the right to reject you, and I have the right to advise my seller, okay, let's give this buyer a very fair discount because the buyer paid my extra service. Remember on my previous video, it says our selling price less 5%. Whatever the world market, today is almost 55. We're selling less 5%. You buy gold to a refinery, which is refined already. Sometimes the refinery will sell to you 0.5% or 1% or 1.5%. That is the reason why the refinery is dealing with gold trader. You are a gold trader, Mr. Buyer, buy from us a wholesale. You resell it to the refinery because the refinery will do all the things. So I think you guys, you have no idea. Oh, madam, I want to buy 1 kilo. No, it's not worth it for you. Jose Lika, he's been watching me. He's been floating around, comparing on prices, and he's inquiring me to buy gold. And he's a bargainer. He's Indian. So the reason why I'm very tough, I'm very frank, and I'm very brutal because this gold business is not for you guys if you don't have the capital. We don't beg you guys. There's another buyer begging me. No, we are not an agency. We are not a charitable here. My seller owned the mine. You know when the seller apply for the mining license, it costs 45,000 a year. And then he has to hire the gemologist to see the soil, whether how much the deposit of gold into that mining property of my seller. It costs money. When I asked the gemologist, when I have the video presentation, he was being hired by the company. He's working for 13 years. It costs money. The company pay the gemologist, and you guys asking big discount. Bloody hell. Excuse my language. Then my seller hired a worker to pay their wages, to feed the worker, and you as a buyer, you are greedy. You want more discount. I turn it down, that guy that asking huge discount. No, it's not workable. We will give you a discount, fair is fair. When you resell it, you get the profit. You read on a full corporate offer, everything is in there. If you are not reading to me, you are not really a buyer. Believe me. You know, one Canadian, he called me this morning, and he said to me, well, Amina, I've been following you for 2 years. I said, really? And why you just come back? You know what? I couldn't find a real supplier. I said, really? And why you call Wilhelmina? And what did you learn from my video? You are the best, Wilhelmina. You are the only person who put everything online. I said, yes, I am the only one. I'm the one who positioned African production. I was the one who introduced this. I am the one. No such broker. Most of the broker come to me. And I told this broker recently, I came Lim, thank you for watching. I told the broker, you read. We are now on the social media. Facebook is an advertising site, right? Put that into your back of your head. We advertise that we have the gold. But my advertisement, I put everything, I explain from A to Z so that you will not be burned out when you travel to Africa. Because there's so many buyers lost money. Why you lose money? Okay? You were being offered gross. Okay? Let's say 38,000. But that particular seller say, okay, our price is 38,000. It's a gross. But there is a tax on that. I'm going to use my calculator. Now, the price of gold today is almost 55. 55,000. Okay? 55,000. The tax on every country, sometimes 5%, sometimes 6 or 7%. So let's say 7%. So the tax on that gold, the government will tax you at 3,850 per bar. But you have no idea. So, oh, I don't want to pay gold, I don't want to pay taxes. Well, don't buy. because your business would not function. Now, 7% or sometimes 6% on every country, the taxes are different. Here in Australia, our tax is 7 or 10%. We don't have any complaint. We buy plus government sales tax. You buy gold plus VAT, valued added tax. So now you're bargainer and bargainer. What happened when you arrive on that particular country? There's a lot of surprises. When you buy from us, there is no surprises because we put everything online. If you read, believe me, I can guarantee you, you will get the gold. If you don't read, believe me, you're a time waster. That is the reason why everybody's scared with Wilhelmina. Why are you going to be scared for? If you're a businessman, you should not be scared. You need to be thankful because I provide information. It's worth $1 million. It's worth $1 million. Without information, you're going to be stumbled down. Just imagine the lady that I was talking to her. She's stranded in Sierra Leone. There was another lady stranded in Nairobi. She's a Filipina. She's a broker. Now, lucky that she's already back in the Philippines. I sent her $350 just to buy food. I'm not supposed to help her, but because I was born in the Philippines, I feel sorry for that Filipina. She's a brokering. And I told her, you better go home. She was stuck in Nairobi. Yeah, there's another Italian lady stuck in Sierra Leone. Can you imagine that? So you guys, you have no idea. Please, if you're brokering, get out. You will never be successful. If you're brokering, you don't read and you should know your buyer. If you're a broker watching me, you're going to ask your buyer, how long you've been searching for gold, Mr. Buyer? Oh, 6 months. Something wrong with that buyer. Okay? Then the buyer says, oh, bring it to Ferrari. No, we don't bring the gold to Ferrari. In Mali? No. You have a contract first. You introduce yourself. You place your order. Then in Mali, the gold will be Assay at DNGM. Now in Conakry, the gold will be Assay at the central bank. In Sierra Leone, the gold will be Assay at DGGO. So, if you don't know what you're doing, please, may I advise you, stop roaming around. If you don't know what you're doing, you keep your money, save it, put that on money in the term deposit, you're safe. But your money has no value at the moment because the world is on panic. Everybody buy gold because gold is a currency. Your paper money has no value if there is no gold reserve at the central bank. So the refinery is buying gold from us. They refine it and sell it to the central bank. Right. So I think you have no idea. There was a Filipino, and he owned the mines in Mindanao. He's a short supply. And he come to me. Why he come to me? He saw me on YouTube. He was searching for gold. He has a big client, right? He has a small mine in Mindanao. And he speak the dialect the same as I speak dialect. And he is not aware that I was born in the Philippines. You know what? He said, I have a buyer, Philippine Central Bank. I said, really? Philippine Central Bank needs gold because they're gonna trade it. You know what? You guys have no idea. And I said to this Filipino miner, he has a license to mine and he's going to open a refinery in Cebu City. And I told him, you come back. When you have a refinery, I can assure you, come with me, I will supply you 500 kilos every month. And you're gonna see the owner of the company. And he said, yes, madam, I will fix first my refinery because it's locked down. And I told him, do not travel without Wilhelmina because I cannot help you to assist you or to negotiate. I am a negotiator at the same time. I am your assistant facilitator, Mr. Baya. You deal with online broker floating around collecting information and go to my page collecting. Oh, madam, I have a buyer. Which buyer? Just a moment. I'm gonna answer this on WhatsApp. Okay. All right. See now. I was talking to this group. Uh, the buyer agreed that the price of gold is getting higher and higher. Yeah. See? This buyer been floating around, but I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want him to be embarrassed. Just a moment. Someone. Then another one. What would happen? Okay. Just a moment. I'm gonna respond to this representative. We will send him letter of acknowledgement first. Okay. So this representative is supposed to travel because I cannot travel because we are locked down in Australia for 6 months. So I'm gonna monitor his movement. Yeah. It's another guy from Dubai calling me. Just bear with me. I'm gonna call him back. Okay. By the way, Mr. Buyer, Conakry airline is open. Morocco and Algeria at the moment. I was just got that message. Yeah, may I either you call me. Good evening. The time here is 10 o'clock in the evening, which is April 22. What's happening? Ghana is very difficult. I told you that before. Don't go to Ghana. Yes. So why Ghana is difficult? Why?
You want to be a buyer.
Hi? Sorry?
Everybody want to be a buyer, but they are broker.
Correct. They're liars. They're scrupulous. Yeah. They pretend to be a buyer. Now,
I only have one real buyer in Ghana, but my seller is already working with me.
oh, I see. So, what happened now in Dubai? I think Morocco and Algeria Airlines is also working in Conakry. Aha. Yeah. I think next month Emirates Airline would be operating in Conakry. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but me, I'm locked down here for 6 months.
So, if you cannot come to Conakry, can you supervise?
I will supervise online. Yeah.
It's better.
I will supervise online because I have a buyer that he's sending his representative, so I'm supervising every movement. Yes, I can supervise online.
Go to Conakry, can you get one big stone, 40 carat EBBS?
Well, we have the diamond. Hang on, because I was talking to my head office. He will send me the stock in Conakry. Okay. There's a lot of stone because my seller is the one who mined the diamond himself. Yeah. But before you're gonna travel to Conakry, I mix. There is a requirement in Conakry to buy Haida. Minimum of 100,000 or 60 to 100,000 order.
60,000.
Yeah. Minimum. There is no, it's not worth it to buy one stone. It's not worth it for you.
It is because the profit is good.
Oh yeah, but there is a minimum. Yeah.
I buy one stone 60,000.
I don't know. Which stone? How many carats you're looking for?
30 carats, 30 to 40 carats, EBBS.
Okay. I'm gonna ask I just finished talking to my head office. Yeah. Because I was waiting for the contract and the letter of acceptance to send it back to me. Because there was a yeah. Go ahead.
Are you live?
No, I'm not. Why should I lie?
No, live.
Oh, yes, I'm alive. I'm live at the moment. Yeah, I'm live because I miss your call. Yeah. Mm. Wait until I put that on my Gold Trade Worldwide page because I asked my head office to take the video and the stone. They have a new production because in Conakry we have they need to supply that to Israel. Yeah, they have a big customer in Israel. Yeah, that is why my seller is very strict. He wouldn't entertain a small timer.
3,000 is okay?
60,000. I think 60,000 would be 7 stone.
No, I want one big stone.
Okay. Write that on WhatsApp. What you want. Then I will send it to the head office that there is a buyer wanted to buy big stone.
DBBS.
DBBS. Okay. Then you can travel. You can travel. You bring your gold taster. On a diamond taster.
Diamond tester. No, I will hire a gemologist from Guinea.
Yeah, you can hire. Yeah, you can hire. We have a gemologist. We have a gemologist in the house.
But I cannot trust seller gemologist.
Okay, you hired it. You can hire it. It's okay. Because the government will come to the inspect as well to double check. Yeah. Okay, may I explain to you when I was in Sierra Leone? Okay? So that you have an idea. When you inspect at the office, you are assuming you are a gemologist, okay? You inspect it, you like it. Then the exporter will call the government gemologist to double check because they gonna charge the seller of the government fee. So then the government fee would be on top of the price. Okay, so now this is now for everyone because I was in Sierra Leone before lockdown. So then the gemologist of the government, he will inspect and he will give all the carats and the purity during the time when he inspected, he said this stone is the best stone. So he put the government charges of 3%. So then the 3% has to be put that into the price to add more. So that is why I always advise the buyer, you need to be with Wilhelmina because I can talk to the seller to a little bit leeway. Yeah. But gold, diamond is priceless, you know that.
Yes, come from ground. It has no price.
There's no price. You know, when you resell it, it's very expensive. You know that when you cut it, you're gonna have a profit of 50%. You know that. You're a businessman.
No,
You,
but
yeah.
on the buy to buy, the buyer will not let you get the profit.
Was it so? When you cut the stone, okay, assuming you're gonna be given the price. This is a pre-end price. Okay. Now on 10 carats, the price is 1,500, right? Now you cut that. When you cut that, you put that into the market. Your profit is 50%. Why? 70.
No, madam.
Yes.
No, because I tell you, in Dubai it's totally different. I tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Recently, a friend of mine came from Guinea, Conakry,
Yeah.
Dubai.
Yeah.
He brought diamond, E color,
Mm-hmm.
F color.
Mm-hmm.
He was selling
Mm-hmm.
Price is the Rappaport price.
Yeah.
The Indian buyer, they don't buy from him because they make him distressed. They want to make him distress sale.
What do you mean distress
So
sell?
I tell you, 5 days later, he could not afford to pay his hotel. He had to go back to Guinea. So he said, okay, take this diamond. I give it to you for $50 per carat. I need money.
What a amazing style of that guy. He's a small trader. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why he cannot afford to pay his hotel if he is a buyer? So therefore he's a
because
yeah.
brought the diamond, no, he was a seller. He bring diamond to Dubai. Nobody buy from him because Dubai buyer, they want cheap, cheap, cheap.
We don't bring the diamond to Dubai without knowing who is the buyer. We don't. I know. I know because when we meet each other in Dubai, there's so many cheap buyer there. They're all scrupulous to me. Nah.
They will torture you, madam, because Indian buyer are very scrupulous.
You say that. You say that they're all scrupulous. I'm allergic with Indian. Even my seller is really allergic with Indian. Mm.
Madam, tell you,
What?
if you bring diamond and they don't care about the price, they say, okay, we don't buy it now. And they call all the buyer in Dubai, they don't buy from him. We wait 5 days. When he become distressed, when he need money, then he come to us and sell us cheap price.
so so now the seller is really he's bringing diamond to Dubai. That is wrong. We don't do that. We don't. We don't do that. Here's the stone. You inspect it. If you're distressed, you pay for it. If you come, you pay for it. No, that kind of seller. He's really desperate, and he was been promised. He was been promised by Indian. Let me reiterated. 2 years ago, the seller from Conakry went to Dubai, and he was dealing with Indian. Mhm. His name is Mr. CDB. He brought 45 kilos of gold. Mhm. And he was been uh, treated by Indian a good time dinner. Mhm. 2 years ago, huh? And the Indian put poison into Mr. CDB's drink. And Mr. CDB died. And the 45 kilos, I think, worth more than $1 million 2 years ago. And the Indian buyer got the gold, and the seller died. Mhm. Yes, another Sierra Leone went to New York. He brought $1 million worth of diamond, and he was the first time to touch American. He was being booked in the cheapest motel. What happened? A few hours after, some goons knock at his door, and he got the gold. He got the diamond, and there was a gun in his head. He was been begging his life. And then this seller, he saw me on YouTube. He talked to me. Yes, he called me, and I have a conference with him on Skype. Yeah,
Dubai have no gun.
but let me finish first. Then he returned to Sierra Leone empty-handed. That $1 million of diamond belonged to the community. Mhm. So he's paying now to the community, or else the community will kill him. The another Sierra Leone, he brought 25 kilos, another Indian. He was being distracted in the airport with a group of Indians, and he was given a soft drinks. This Sierra Leone, he called me again, and he was telling me that he was being scammed by Indian. And he was being booked in the hotel. He was given a soft drinks. And he drank the soft drinks and he fell asleep. Then when he fell asleep, the 25 kilos was taken away in the hotel. And then he reported to the police. Then the police said, this Indian is not registered. There's so many criminals Indians in Dubai. So he returned to Sierra Leone empty-handed. Yes. Yes. That is the reason why most Indian knows me. Yeah.
Kill him, madam.
I don't believe him. I would believe an Indian if the Indian can show me his business license, importation license, and which refinery and proof of fund, then I will believe that Indian is real buyer. Yes. Without that, I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't. Right. So that is how it works. I just came on on live because someone called me. All right, and I explained about these buyers in Dubai. There's a buyer there in Dubai that I have met him in person, and he's online with me. And he is from I think he's from Syria. And you know what he said to me? Madam, you're really smart. I said, why you say that I'm smart? You know you're talking. Yeah, of course. And he went to Ghana, fell, like you do. Yeah. And I told him we have gold, but you have to pay for it. We don't bring it to Dubai. See? And he said to me, I wanna do business with you. Okay, prove to me. We can do a business provided. I told him, 3 things I need to know you. Of course, proof of fund. Without the proof of fund bank statement, we don't entertain bank guarantee. The bank will guarantee the owner, the buyer, because he has a facility. That seller has no facility, so show me the proof of fund, your bank statement that you have $500,000 or you have $950,000. Then I will believe that you're a buyer. I don't believe on blah blah blah. I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it. So when are you going to travel to Conakry to get the 32 carats?
Madam, I don't know. Conakry is not open. Dubai is not outbound flight.
I know this guy that you sent me. This picture has been floating around.
My friend. Yeah.
No, he's a chief.
Yeah, he's my friend.
And why, if he's a chief, why you cannot deal with him?
I deal with him. He give me $1,000 per kilo.
How much?
1,000 per kilo commission.
Aha. Okay, go for it. Good luck. I know him. His picture has been floating around. Okay, Cider, you've been cut off. I have to leave you. Okay, Cider, I have to leave you. Okay, but anyway. Yeah, you were being cut off. Okay, but anyway, deal with him. I wish you good luck.
He's a good guy. He's selling for 36, 37.
Well, if he's selling 37, that is gross. Don't
Yes,
believe
gross.
on him. He's not telling the truth.
Gross.
He's just telling you the gross. You add that, you use your figures. Taxes, you add the tax on the price. It's not 36, it's not 37.
Of course.
So he's just deceiving you. Yeah.
No. We do cash and carry only.
Well, you cannot just have a cash and carry without the government certificate. You cannot. You cannot.
Of course, documentation. You need documented taxes.
Yeah. The most important is the receipt that you have paid to reflect that in cash inflow.
Or taxes without documentation. Documentation is separate.
Well, I don't know. Don't ask me because I have already advised you for many months. You're still crooked.
No, madam, he's my friend. Agya friends.
Well, go for it. I wish you good luck.
We are good friends.
Well, go for it. Okay.
No,
just a moment.
I am
about. Just a moment. I'll hurry it. Just a moment. Alarit Amid, I'm a buyer. I am real, genuine buyer. We made all this import stuff. The problem with you that you don't know what is my responsibility. Just a moment. I'm going to answer this question. Okay, Mr. Amid. I'm live at the moment. Cider. Okay. The question is, buyer will not convince anybody in Africa because the Central Bank of Africa is not credited. So don't buy then. Don't buy. You know, Mr. Mahid, every Tuesday, 5 tons leave Conakry, Guinea. Every Tuesday. Central Bank will not entertain any buyer to process the documentation because there's a big buyer taking every week 5 tons of gold. So I can answer your question. Maybe you have a bad experience before. Okay, then next question. You mentioned that you are willing to deposit gold in central bank. Which central bank? Conakry. Okay. We are not going to deposit gold in the central bank unless you inspected first, Mr. Mahid. Unless you come to the office, you inspected, then the seller will bring that to the central bank to assay the gold so that you will get the assay report. Right. Now, the gold is stay at the central bank. Don't live in the central bank. So you and my seller and me, Wilhelmina, be with you. We will discuss that in the table. So first of all, you do your order. You come to the office, you will meet the godfather of gold. And he's been in gold business for 20 years. Maybe you're just a small timer. You start to buy gold because gold is currency. Right. So, don't confuse yourself, Mr. Mahid. Don't confuse. It's really very simple. Convince us. I will challenge you. You will get the gold. Come with me. Come with me. I will challenge you. Right. So I think, Mr. Mahid, I answer your questions. Right. Okay, what else? Zava, thank you for watching. Marilyn Lupas, thank you for watching. This is live video and answering your question. Mr. Mahid, I think I answer your question. That's good that you put that on writing. Alright. Jamel Khan, thank you for watching. Yeah. Alright, who is this? Okay. I'm gonna greet this San Khan. God knows. Thank you for watching. Afan Khan, thank you for watching. Santinara Sony, thank you for watching. Colleen, thank you for watching. Nausid, thank you for watching. And San Nanda, thank you for watching. Okay? The time here is 11 in the evening, Australian Standard Time. Alright. So are you there, Cider?
Yes.
Can you inform me when the Emirates would be flying or opening their airlines? Because I know Algeria and Morocco is only open. Hi?
Yes, madam. They are saying May 5.
Sorry?
May 5.
May 5. Okay. Hopefully. Hey, here in Australia, I don't know. The government says lockdown for 5 months. Virgin Airlines is under receivership at the moment. Yeah, I saw on the news. Virgin Airlines. Because of this coronavirus. Yeah. Compassion Africa is to help the poor. There's another guy. I'm not a charity here. People asking, there was a guy from Pakistan. Madam, I need your help. Please help me. I need a job. I said, there's no job. This is online. I'm just a virtual office. I don't need anyone. These people have no idea. Oh my gosh. They don't read. I don't know. Maybe they didn't go to school. They don't read. They don't comprehend. Okay, why are you running out of the answering the question? No, I'm not running, Mr. Mahid. I'm not running your question. I said the gold will be RC first. Then it stays on the central bank. Because you cannot just put the gold into your car, Mr. Mahid. I think your question is weird. Your question is, why are you running out of the answering of the question? No, I answer your question. It's really very clear. Maybe your comprehension is not really real. It's very real. You already been reading my Gold Trade Worldwide page. What else? What is your problem, Mr. Mahid? Al-Haret, you've been visiting it. You've been reading. You've been watching. I answer your question. I will repeat. Bio will not convince anybody in Africa because of the Central Bank of Africa are not credited. Who said so? That is the Central Bank. Who said so? The Central Bank is the one who control all the money of that country. So why, if you don't trust Africa, don't buy. Simple as that. Don't buy. So I think I answer your question. Have you been to Africa, Mr. Mahid? Maybe you're just sitting in your ass, talking to everyone and comparing prices. Go for it. Go somewhere else if you don't trust. If you don't trust Africa, don't buy. You buy gold into your country. My answer is, buy gold into your country because your country is selling gold. Buy that in the central bank. If you don't trust Africa, don't worry about it. Yeah. We're not forcing you to buy. You are floating around, running around to buy supply, isn't it? Your business would not function without supply. So I think I answer your question. Then next one. You mentioned that you are willing to deposit the gold. I already given you the answer, Mr. Mahid. Where I'm not asking you to deposit. It's up to you when you come to the office which gold will be kept because you have not paid the gold. The gold doesn't belong to you yet. You have not paid. Once your payment will be clear, okay, you will get the commercial invoice. You will get Assay Report. You will get attestation. You will get ownership. You will get custom clearance. And you have to ensure that. And you have to pay the shipping cost. I think I answered the question. You keep on repeating a question. I already given you the answer. Put that into your head, Mr. Mahid. Yeah. Put that into your head. There's a saying, a wise man, only fools rush in. If you're wise, comprehend it properly. Read it. Digest it. Isn't it, Haider?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I think, Mr. Al-Harit Mahid, I answer your question. The question is just elementary. You are not an elementary. You're a businessman. You should know that. Okay? That is why I said, travel with Wilhelmina. I can assist you. My buyer have no problem buying gold. Successful. Yeah. But if you cannot afford to pay, maybe you're scared, so keep your money. We are not forcing you to buy gold in Africa because 98% in Africa produce gold. Why this mining company in Australia is in Africa? And then you, Mr. Mahid, doesn't trust Africa. So we are not here to ask you to trust us. Why this mining company in Australia is in Africa, mining gold and bring it to Australia? Because gold is highest demand. This big company, they hired Asian worker as well. And then you're going to say you don't trust Africa, so please don't buy. Don't buy. You know what? my seller is watching you, because my seller is here watching me. He will laugh at you. Okay? Maybe you don't have 15 cars in your garage. My seller in Conakry, he owned a building. And every floor, you will see security with uniform. Some are civilian. Okay? Maybe you have no 15 cars in your car. My seller have a Bentley car. He's very rich than you. And he wouldn't trust you either. If you're gonna say you don't trust African, my seller wouldn't trust you either. If you cannot show the proof of fund, your bank statement, we don't believe that you're a buyer. I think I've given you the answer. Okay, so that's all. Okay, Maribik Awitan. Wise men say hi. Okay, only wise men understand, but fool, they're saying a fool's rush in. All right, Maribik Awitan, thank you for watching. I would be closing in 20 minutes. I just came here to answer the question because Ivan called that he has a buyer from Dubai. He's asking about Ferrari, to bring gold to Ferrari. In Mali, I said, no, we don't do that. The buyer has to put that on writing, who is the buyer, right? And my seller in Mali would not deal Ferrari. You test first the gold to DNGM, and you as the buyer, when you pay the gold, you can bring that to Ferrari because Ferrari is a logistic. There are 3 refineries in Mali. KMR is Italian group of company. Marina is a Chinese owner, isn't it, Cider? Marina is a partner, local and Chinese. Why they are there? Then DNGM is a government. Before that private refinery arrived in Mali, a government DNGM belonged to Ministry of Mines. Every time that the gold leave the country, they have to assay first the gold. If you want to buy gold bullion, you can contact the Central Bank of Mali. They are selling gold bullion as well. Be prepared to pay cash. Show your checkbook. You can buy that to the Central Bank. In Mali, there are 2,500 local miners. Some have no license to export. Some have license to export. There are 2 licenses. You can mine, you can sell that locally to a gold market. Some of the sellers have license to export. So I hope I explained that to you guys. In Sierra Leone, the same. Sierra Leone, there are also 2,000 local miners. The miners have a mining license and business registration. They can sell it locally. But some of the miners have no license to export. So they're going to use the exporter to prepare all the paperwork. Then the Department of Mines will sign the certificate that you pay the gold to the exporter to reflect the payment into cash flow. So does anybody explain to you here? None whatsoever. So I am not an agency. You are lucky that I'm alive. I'm live because someone asked question, then I have to come live to answer the question.
Madam, I'm
yes.
sorry to interrupt you, but I have new regulations from Ghana I would like to inform you.
Okay, go ahead.
Not only in Sierra Leone and Guinea-Conakry as well.
Go ahead.
CIF is illegal now.
I know that before.
Yeah.
CIF is illegal.
You show proof of funds to the government to show that you have the ability to pay for the gold.
Correct. I know that 2014 already. But this scrupulous buyer are crooked. Are crooked. No matter how I explain Cider, they are lucky to have me in front of them. No way you can get gold CIF. No way.
Possible.
It is impossible because the government will not allow foreigners to steal their asset. In Ghana, with 2014 Haider, the government lost 90 million income because there's so many foreigners wanting to cut corner, wanting to smuggle. There's so many smugglers in Ghana, foreigners, even in Mali, in Sierra Leone, in Conakry. There's so many buyers stranded because they're asking for CIF. Nobody will allow. No central bank would not certify. Where is the payment? Where is the receipt of payment? You're right, Sider. You're right. I know that 2014 already. Okay, that is why one of the company in Ghana, he come to me. He ordered 50 kilos. Yeah, he has a buyer that he cannot supply because there is no such supply. Short supply gold in Ghana, because gold in Ghana, they can sell it to a refinery. Yeah. I don't need to explain anymore because I keep on explaining. This idiot buyers doesn't comprehend. As I've said to you guys, I am not a babysitter. You watch this video, you gain knowledge. But if you don't watch this video, you don't gain knowledge. Don't come to Alamina. I already given you this free information worth $1 million. Yeah. So I think I have to leave you. And now this video would be linked to YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube, because most of the buyer doesn't have a Facebook as well. They prefer to go to YouTube. Please subscribe and be a subscriber of Wilhelmina Ford, and you click on Gold Trade Worldwide. You're welcome. Those buyers who pay attention to read the full corporate offer and click on the link, believe me, I can guarantee you are a winner. Okay? Saida, thank you very much for our conversation. All right, and we'll catch up. I will see you again in Dubai.
Sure.
I will see you there in Dubai. Yeah, then you can tour me again to other side of Gold Sokai.
Oh yes.
Because I want to meet this joker broker, this joker buyer in Dubai. How many joker broker buyer in Dubai?
Everybody, 98%.
98%. See, guys, you pretend to be a buyer, but actually you're a joker. 98%.
Cash on delivery.
Sorry?
They want COD, cash on delivery.
Well, they have to, if they want COD, show us, convince us. I don't believe on blah, blah, blah. That's the reason why I'm here, because I tell the world that we have the supply. I am not chasing those buyers. If you watch Wilhelmina, as I've said to you, you gain. You come to Wilhelmina, you send a formal letter of intent to buy who you are. Then show us the proof of fund. You read the full corporate offer on Gold Trade Worldwide page, then I will believe you're a buyer. Saida, thank you very much for our conversation.
Thank you, Madam. Talk soon.
All right, thank you. Okay, my ladies and gentlemen, I think I already been explaining. Mahid, I think I already answered your question. Maribik, thank you for watching again. And I know you're locked down in your end. I'm locked down here for 6 months. But I hope the government will lifted the international flight so that I could assist the buyer. Okay? I have a buyer in gold and diamond. And they are willing to pay my extra service. Can you imagine that? Because they trust us. Those buyers doesn't trust Africa, please. We are not forcing you to buy. It's up to you. Then if you don't have the supply, how could you function your business? There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Okay, just a moment. I'm gonna see who is this people. Okay. Okay. Someone is Okay, I think I have here on my. All right. Okay. Anyway, I'm almost to close because the time is 11:28. So Jamil Khan, thank you very much. I think I know Jamil Khan. He is from United States, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Afan Khan, thank you for watching. Satyanaran, thank you for watching. Colleen, thank you for watching. Nausad Taigi, thank you for watching. Sanada, thank you for watching. So, good news, Sportsman Dennis, thank you for watching and good evening, and thank you very much for following my live video, and I hope you learn. Okay, so it's up to you to digest what I explained. So after this video, I'm going to put again the full corporate offer. All right, thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. If you're a YouTube subscriber, please click below, be a subscriber of Willamina's YouTube channel, or you can go straight away on my Facebook page. All right, thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening again, and I shall see you after the day tomorrow or next week.